NRG versus Cloud9. NRG, the only team, I believe, in the RLCS right now that has secured a trip to Madrid, which is fitting given that GarrettG, after the retirement of Fireburner, is the only player who has been to every single LAN, and he is the first one to do it here in Season 8. So excited to see him back at Worlds. But is the desk correct? Is this a match that NRG is just going to be kind of phoning in? Because at this point, it doesn't matter for them. They've already got exactly everything they possibly want. And is this the turnaround for Cloud9?
Is it the turnaround for Cloud9? Ah, boy. I mean, I, as I said earlier in my segment with the Pittsburgh Knights versus NRG on the desk, I've been picking NRG since 2017, and for good reason. They win a lot online against pretty much every North American team. So, is it the turnaround for Cloud9? I lean towards no, because across the board, generally, NRG tends to get the better of Cloud9 online.
Well, and the thing is, we've said this all the time. Like, the defining trait of the Big Three, when that was a thing, like 2 weeks ago, was that they won.
Remember when they were a thing?
Yeah, remember when that was a thing? That was pretty recent. They win when they're looking bad. Even when they're having a bad day, they find ways to win. And like Garrett and Turbo didn't have the best games earlier, but yet still finished it off in 5 games earlier. Versus Cloud9 right now, genuinely bad contact they were making last week. They were playing like a young, panicked team, a team that is like, oh my goodness, we got to score. Like, oh, everyone just go for the ball, triple commits and stuff like that, and just massive misses on defense, gaping holes. And I want to find a way for them to get their victories here because they're not doing it. Like, they've got to find a way to get back to what they were before. Because NRG, I think, even if they are kind of phoning it in because they've already got what they need here, it's not going to matter with the way Cloud9 played last week.
I definitely agree with that, but even still, I don't believe NRG is the type of team that would just let, even if they're not the type of team to phone something in like that.
Sure.
They're going to come out here, because everyone knows it's like, man, if anyone's going to give us a good fight, it'll be Cloud9, and, they want to beat Cloud9.
And how much does legacy and the history of
not enough.
line up here? Squishy gets the first goal. Puts that Cloud9 on the board early.
Gimmick with a wonderful challenge, and Turbo just takes a split second longer than Squishy, and that's all she wrote.
If Cloud9's able to be faster than NRG in this match, can make this one quite spectacular. A match that early on in the beginning of the season would have been the match of the week, no problem. Cloud9 would love to kind of regain that default title. Here comes Squishy into the midfield. Wins the challenge against Turbo. Turbo's going to fall back here and take it away from the former world champ. So many championships on this field.
I think they're absolutely right, though, about Gimmick on the desk. He's definitely had a weak season. And to see him come up and start off with a great challenge, but here's a double commit.
What was that?
Turbo just wants to bump. And nice play from Gimmick again, winning a huge ball in the midfield.
I'm surprised that didn't even make it into Cloud9 territory with how large of a double commit that was in the midfield, but Gimmick able to help out Torment, bail him out there, and Squishy just burning time off the clock early in the game with only 1 goal scored. It's been a creative game so far. Here's Torment out of his own. Oh my goodness, okay, the shot nearly goes in. Squishy able to get that one back across midfield. 3:33 left to go. Cloud9 still with the only goal so far.
And NRG still very patient. I mean, they're willing to let Cloud9 bring him the ball and then go for a challenge. And Torment slightly delays it, puts Garrett in an awkward spot, and a nice save.
GarrettG versus Squishy. This one actually is going to roll towards the goal. Turbo not able to get there in time to finish it. 2 players on the backboard, kind of similar position that we saw Rogue dealing with.
Yeah.
But not the same sort of pressure that Space Station was bringing, so different results here. Another shot towards the NRG goal. Justin's got it past 1. Now Gimmick to the net. Turbo overlapping Garrett before getting demolished in the corner. Garrett will pick up the slack and push it all the way into the blue. NRG with very few scoring opportunities so far. This one lofted nice and high. Here's Turbopolsa. Nobody's challenging him. He's got 22 boosts left to go and gets a small double commit out of the defense. But Justin now with the follow-up onto the backboard finds a dunk onto Torment. It's lofted right in front of the goal, but nobody else from NRG wants to take a shot. So Gimmick will have control in the midfield, beats Turbo, and now it's Garrett and Justin on their back line.
Nice play from Squishy, but you're definitely right. A strange lapse in pressure from NRG. Turbo looking for help, but ends up setting up Torment, and Justin can't make it back. 2-0 Cloud9.
I don't know. If I don't really know what NRG phoning it in looks like, but if I had to guess and draw a picture for the sketch artist, this would be it.
This might be it.
Like they are absolutely just leaving openings, not rotating cleanly. And Cloud9 says, "Thank you very much. We'll take some goals. We need the wins right now."
Boy, do they.
Cloud9 currently 1-3 in league play. Turbopolsa up against Gimmick. The challenge is neutral back in the midfield. Here's Torment up against GarrettG. Garrett gets off the ground first. Now a beat squishy to the ball, and that one will go in. GarrettG finally gets the scoring started for NRG.
A little bit of a surprise here. Squishy figuring out how he's going to dodge Turbo in the backfield, forces him into an early challenge, and Gimmick just doesn't have time to retreat because Garrett wins the ball cleanly.
Now, just the bizarre positioning there. Gimmick was caught deep in no man's land. He had to back up, and the moment he was hitting reverse there, and Squishy's challenging, it was as long as Garrett wins that's a goal for NRG.
Yeah.
They make it work. A nice demolition onto Garrett to open up some space. Here comes Cloud9. Ball over the top of Justin. Turbo puts it back into the corner. Torment will challenge, but misses. Now Gimmick onto the backboard. GarrettG's got it away. Squishy towards the back wall. Justin's got this one carried out and beats Gimmick out of the corner. Torment slows things down. Now towards the box, up against Garrett. He's still got boost to work with, but Garrett just reads him, waits patiently until Torment has no more options, and then goes into the kill.
It's a huge demo from GarrettG. Allows Turbo to follow up that ball and try and keep pressure for NRG. They didn't succeed, but the idea is correct.
Here's Gimmick out of his corner. Plays it into the midfield. Justin's first to the ball. Falls for it, nearly finds the block, actually stalls this one out, but with 56 seconds left, NRG starting to gain control of this match, but they still don't have the lead. They need to find an extra goal to get them to overtime. Cloud9 happy just to hold on to what they've got and start to play burn the clock ball. Here comes Torment up against Justin, back into the corner again. GarrettG out towards Justin. That's going to be beat by Gimmick. He's lofted this one here, not really with solid control, and he falls on top of Squishy. Turbo, though, doesn't make contact. GarrettG's shot is actually still good, and Turbo somehow doesn't block this. What a scrappy play.
Yeah, Turbo jumped expecting Gimmick to come up with a touch, so he jumped a little short because he thought Gimmick was going to punch it straight down and it was going to bounce back up. But with Gimmick missing the ball, Turbo just didn't have enough time to recorrect as he already jumped, and thankfully, NRG able to turn it around.
A small little jump from Turbo on the ceiling to immediately then side flip away from the ball. It's a small thing, but just to make sure he didn't block the very needed goal. Now with 18 seconds left, NRG has tied it back up. And overtime looms on the horizon. Turbo onto the backboard. Squishy's got this one away. Here's GarrettG and only Torment in the back. He'll play it off to the side. Gets it past Justin. With some time left. Does he have boost in the tank? He keeps it up, but Turbo over the edge now. Here's GarrettG. Keep this one lofted long. It'll go into the ground. We'll have overtime in game number 1.
I'm liking Gimmick in game 1. He's made a couple of great aggressive pushes in the midfield. That's really where his presence needs to be felt. He's sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard, but what's important is the 2 assists.
Torment found a bump. On the Turbo. Now Justin out to Garrett, intercepted by Gimmick. Turbopolsa past 1 now. Torment's got him beaten onto the backboard. GarrettG with an attempt. Here's Justin. Now Garrett past Squishy. Gimmick and Torment in the backfield. They'll try to get this out of the corner, but Garrett's got him again. And can he find the second touch to beat Gimmick? Drops it down. Justin looks for a shot, but it's a difficult angle to get any power on. Turbopolsa's follow-up is also weak. And Torment now back out to Gimmick. Here's the shot to the goal. GarrettG gets up in time. Justin now looking for that transition. He's got a bit of boost to work with here. Finds a flip reset. The pass to Turbo. Shots into the goal. What a play. NRG takes game 1.
Oh my goodness, Justin.
That is what? He got the flip reset and was like, I have to use this immediately. What a play.
I didn't have a lot of faith in that until he got the pass into the middle, and I was like, that just became scoreable.
That was
actually insane.
I don't think any of Cloud9 had any faith in it either. There's nobody challenging him, but also how do you challenge that? What do you read there? Like the ball's coming down, like he might get a flip reset. I don't know what to do.
Well, that whole thing started with the GarrettG save on the strong shot from Gimmick. So Gimmick rips that ball towards the net from the midfield line. and they see Garrett's probably going to make the save, so they immediately figure out to go grab boost because they don't have the spacing to keep the pressure and block the clear because the shot came from so far away, so there's too much distance to cover to the opposite side of the pitch. Justin happens to be in the right place, picks up a great catch, and makes a sick pass into the middle, and Turbo is just rotating back. He sees the clear and says, oh, well, maybe Justin does something, because you can always trust that maybe Justin does something.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
And voila!
He did it. He was like, oh, wonderful. Justin made this easy. Kind of like getting Space Station vibes there. Justin does all the hard work. Turbo's like, oh, cool, a shot.
All he did was catch it and then just bang it right off the nose and slapped it towards the net.
I've done this shot in training packs plenty of times.
Exactly.
Let's go for that one there. And as they get that win there, definitely a weak start for NRG, but the game definitely picked up into the middle there. They managed to tie it with a few seconds left in regulation and finish it off there in overtime. Cloud9, definitely some improvements on the side for Gimmick, but it felt like the beginning was mostly them punishing a slow NRG rather than the Cloud9 dominance that we've seen in previous seasons.
But I did like the pressure, and that's really what you're looking for, because Gimmick, the whole value is that he wins a lot of balls in the midfield and takes chances away from the opposition. Justin with a nice save to start off game 2.
Important play, and now he's balling down the field. He's got everybody beat on the defense. This one's a loose one for Garrett, who misses. Here's the follow from Turbo, who also puts it off the post. Follow from Justin. He's crowded by the rotation back in, and that'll be no goal. A perfectly set up play for NRG comes and goes. Cloud9 will be thanking their lucky stars. There's not an orange goal.
Did require some perfect shooting from NRG to get that ball in the net. And Justin literally just drove at it just to force Squishy to long clear it so that maybe he could win the ball back in the midfield. And that's not the best clear. Turbo's waiting on this pass.
There he goes onto the backboard. Gimmick's already got it. Drops it onto Squishy's hood, but Squishy doesn't move forward. Justin punishes, and NRG's got the goal.
It definitely does feel a little weird here from Cloud9. I mean, they're definitely expecting Gimmick to come up with a much better touch here. And Squishy maybe backed off because he thought Gimmick was going to ground pinch it or something, and so he just backpedaled.
From the first angle, it looked like he was trying to pass to Squishy, but the way Gimmick falls behind that ball, I can definitely understand Squishy not wanting to double commit that close to the goal line, but either way, it still turned into a goal. So something has to change. 4:03 left on the clock. Early first goal for NRG, as they have done all the scoring since about the first half of game 1.
Wow.
Squishy shot at midfield, got both Garrett and Justin on that one, and now Gimmick will attempt to put pressure on. Look for the bumps, finds one on the Garrett. But the rest of NRG able to sort themselves out, it looks like. Squishy tried to pressure this one into the corner, but runs into Turbopolsa. So Justin manages to pick up his corner boost before this one gets cleared. Long ways down the field. Now Gimmick push it out. Justin wraps this one back around his corner. Torment takes it away from him. Now Turbo back into midfield. Gimmick, a long one from the midfield.
Great.
Countering demos, both sides, momentary 2v2 on the pitch as Justin will beat Squishy. Here's an opportunity for NRG as Turbo moves up. Gimmick puts this one high. GarrettG on the backboard, a counter play on the backboard from NRG, and Justin now a little bit alone. It's got some boost to work with. Can he find another flip reset play? Turbopolsa this time will try to keep this ball in Cloud9 territory. Now GarrettG, his opportunity. Boost to work with, gives the ball to Turbo on the ground. Now the pass back out.
What a
NRG
fake.
getting so creative here, but nothing going to turn into a goal just yet.
Justin definitely making the defense respect his approach to any ball. Turbo has the defense beat, pings it off the bar, follow up, back post, and blocked away. Excellent catch from Turbo to beat the defense.
What a play here as Turbo gets his first shot, and Gimmick's got to rotate around. Justin's got to beat him somehow and also deal with Torment rotating back in. The right answer, find Turbopolsa. Let him do the scoring.
Well, the thing is it's not necessarily a pass. Justin is definitely just shooting to the back post to beat the first man. Turbo's just coming out of the net and ensures that it takes it away from the defense.
It's a great play. NRG
Real nice
now
play.
up by 2. There's GarrettG. Back into the box, and it's just in. The defense, where were they? Were they crowded? Did Justin get in their face here?
Well, a little bit, but he took the corner boost away, which stops Cloud9 from being able to have a lot, as Garrett does an excellent job of hitting this ball high. So it's really the ability, because Justin took away the corner boost from Gimmick, which means Gimmick doesn't feel comfortable driving up the back wall with no boost to just jump out and challenge that, and he has to play it from the ground.
Still, there were 2 Cloud9. There was another Cloud9 defender down there as well. I'm not really certain what the answer was for him. Turbopolsa now into the corner. Torment back out. Squishy pass across to Gimmick. Onto the backboard. Challenge from Turbo. Out of his net. Will slow it down a little bit. Squishy tries to put the pressure on, and Cloud9 starting to come to life on offense, given some openings from NRG. Torment past one. That's Justin beat. Here comes Gimmick now as Turbopolsa will airball that one. And now the pressure onto GarrettG, who still makes the play despite 3 Cloud9 offenders in front of him. They just all kind of go for the shot. Nobody looks to pressure GarrettG. And now on the other end, here comes the shot onto the backboard. Squishy's got it away, but down by 3. Cloud9's got to get the scoring going.
Yeah, I want to know why Torment didn't just go drive at Garrett and make him move, because he split off to go back and play defense and just left Gimmick and Squishy. And Garrett just made an excellent read on the play.
Here's Garrett up against Squishy. He's got him beat. Gimmick on the backboard will make the save, and Garrett will try to crowd that ball, give Turbopolsa the time he needs to move in. Now Garrett back. Turbopolsa looking for more pressure. Squishy's got Torment on the far side, but Justin intercepts him with 1 minute remaining in game 2. Things looking out of hand for Cloud9 as they've dropped 6 goals uncontested here in a row. They're currently down 3-0 in game 2. There's Squishy with a shot. Garrett with the pop to beat it. Torment puts this one in, and that one will be a goal. Finally, they get one in.
You say it. You said it. 6 unanswered, and then the first possession they get on the other side. Garrett, not a strong clear. Gimmick, great pressure, and Torment, the aggressive positioning, knowing they need to get something started soon, able to beat the last man.
A nice slow 32 miles per hour, but fast enough to get on the board. 40 seconds left. Another goal could bring this back within reach for Cloud9.
Definitely.
37 seconds left. It's not all over at this point. Justin onto the backboard. Squishy pass to Torment. Back to the corner. Squishy's there. The shot nearly able to find its way around the post, and Torment drops it back down in for Gimmick. They score. 20 seconds left, and it's a 1-goal game.
Turbo getting bumped around on the goal line a little bit. That's him just after getting bumped, trying to make the play, and Justin going up the back wall, thinking better of it, but Gimmick so quick again. That's just great pressure from Cloud9 off the kickoff, not allowing NRG any space. They get the bump play, and Gimmick turns it in.
20 seconds left. Cloud9 rallying late in game 2. Justin will beat Squishy in the air, but it's onto the hood of Gimmick. He takes it away from him, and Torment's demolished behind him. This will really slow down Cloud9 in the final seconds. Torment's got to get back up here and help his team out. That miss in the corner won't help anything, and now here comes the pressure from NRG. 1 second left. They've got to keep it in the air. They get some nice fortunate bounces. Gimmick keeps it on the edge and on that skirt, but Squishy won't be able to get there as it touches the ground. NRG take 2 games in a row, 1 away from sweeping Cloud9.
Yeah, it was definitely early on. It was NRG loved their approaches to the challenge game. A lot of times you saw Turbopolsa or Justin just drive at a ball, and then they had no intention of ever touching it, like the Justin fake challenge that set up a shot opportunity. Turbo just driving towards the midfield to force Squishy to bomb a ball up the pitch. This pressure, the back post shot, the nice takeaway from Turbopolsa, because Justin's just trying to beat the last man. It was great offense from NRG.
Torment, I think, definitely blocks this.
Oh, yeah.
Turbo's
100%.
interference there. Wonderful play there as NRG get a win here. Same scoreline as game number 1, 3-2, but very, very different stories as the Cloud9 had early pressure in game 1 and then NRG rally, and then NRG got up to a 3-goal lead in game 2, but late heroics from Cloud9 brought it back within range, and that makes me really excited for game 3 because there's a lot of kind of like the momentum has been evened out here as Cloud9 was starting to get something rolling there at the end. Excited to see what they can do at the start of game 3.
Definitely too little too late, though. I mean, a 3-goal lead, once it gets down to that 2-minute mark, it feels real untenable, and you got to give credit where it's due. NRG played phenomenal offense. But Cloud9, you're absolutely right. Definitely picked it up. A lot of great pressure at the end of the game. Very aggressive positioning from Torment. You like to see that getting involved in the offense. Gimmick able to put pressure, take away corner boosts. And that is what you really got to do because, I mean, you're definitely losing the challenge game in the midfield overall.
Well, they're losing a lot of places on the field, especially on defense. The thing that has been so good for Cloud9, especially on the shoulders of Torment, his clear game has been on point. He's just always managed to get some facet of his car into contact with the ball, and the air ball plays they've been dealing with this season, very uncharacteristic, and something that tension that is left in your mind of I've got to play defense, I think kind of takes away from the offensive power and the freedom that Gimmick and Squishy can enjoy is to go up and go, we got Torment behind us, we're fine. Right now they're having to think too much about the entire pitch. It's a pretty neutral beginning to game 3. Torment pumps this one into the midfield. Garrett keeps it high. Squishy up. Still with half of his tank to work with. Turbopolsa will take it away from him onto the backboard. Torment's there. Soft touch to the edge. Justin looks for the second touch. He's gone onto the backboard over the top of Gimmick. Squishy's alone in net. Gimmick getting bounced off his backboard, but Squishy will have uncontested contact. Get that one all the way back into the orange.
And that's exactly the type of plays, but Torment takes a shot on net. Squishy not able to redirect it. But it's that pressure from Justin on the backboard that you love to see from NRG. I mean, again, he had no intention of ever trying to pass that ball into the midfield. He knew it was never going to happen. He's just trying to get in Cloud9's face, force him to make a long clear, and let the guy behind them just pick up the slack.
Even there, Justin has multiple demolitions coming through from the side of Cloud9. Everybody misses the ball in the air. Now finally look at the clear, but we saw Justin going, looking for a pass, doesn't quite make contact, immediately flips into the defense just to try and create chaos. But here's more chaos. Is this one off the backboard? Nobody was home. All of NRG trying to rotate back in, and Cloud9's able to find the goal.
Justin just went off to the corner boost, then realized Turbo was caught way off the line.
Yeah.
And it was already too late. Turbo definitely out of position there.
The micro positioning, not quite on target.
Yeah.
Justin up against Torment. He'll win that challenge into the corner. Switching out back towards midfield. There's Garrett. Shot towards the wall. Justin will shoot. Got it past 2. A long
and the
soft
bump.
one. Turbo's bumping Squishy, but the ball not going to roll in by itself. It was going to need help, and there was no one there to guide it. Now Justin through the air onto the backboard. He's got a nice one off the ceiling. Here's GarrettG with the shot to tie it up. What a setup from Justin.
You are absolutely right. It's that bump in the net that slows them down and stops the Cloud9 from rotating out. Justin understanding perfectly. He's never going to score this. Hit it towards the wall, tip it off the top corner. You know GarrettG will come in and finish the job. That is excellent.
Also props to GarrettG. Not an easy pass to read.
No.
So has to bounce off 2 surfaces. Here's Justin following kickoff. The pass into the midfield. Squishy's already in position, though. Garrett will beat Gimmick. Torment's up. Countering wins here. Alternating contact. Turbopolsa attempts. Squishy and Turbo respect rule number 1 there in the corner. We'll see how long they maintain this one. As Justin's going to try and double tap into 2v2 here. They're still holding it over there on the side. We'll see if they keep this one up.
Respect.
Respecting the rules. The unspoken rules of Rocket League.
You know, there's codes of honor.
Towards the corner. At what point, though, does Squishy break it? This ball is terrifying. Turbo's happy to deal with this right now, but now on the far side, does Turbopolsa break this? You know, or do they lose it on the side? I need a camera back on that edge. I didn't know what's going on over there.
Well, what's funny is I actually think NRG are the better 2v2 squad here.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I'd agree with you. And, hey, get a props in chat to Squishy Muffins holding that one all the way to the end. When in a series where they need to win, too. Respecting the rules of Rocket League. I appreciate that. 2:03 on the clock. NRG with the go-ahead goal on the series coming from a 2v2.
The best part is Turbo is perfectly fine taking any 2v2. His teammates are GarrettG and Justin. I mean,
yeah.
That's one of the strongest 2v2 duos I could imagine.
Turbo's like, you understand? No, Squishy finds the counter on the other end, and beautiful stuff that Squishy finds that.
Yeah, that's vindication.
Yeah.
Get it right back. Nice touch from Torment. Turbo just
Turbo
straight misreads it.
Oh, that's rough. I do think it's funny for Turbo in that situation, though, where he's like, you know my job is just to make sure that they can do what they want to do, right?
Right.
So if you're not on the pitch, I'm fine.
This is perfect.
2-on-2. 1:42 left to go. Here's Justin. A win from Cloud9. Turbopolsa over the edge. There's through 1. Squishy. Up to Gimmick. Nice setup. Here's Torment. No, he's too far back, and NRG trying to put the pressure on. Here's Turbopolsa out to GarrettG. I think he just needs to guide this one all the way in. That's an easy one, as the miss wasn't there. And I wonder, with that pressure from Torment had been there just a moment earlier, would we see the goal on the other end?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure NRG would have been ready for any type of shot that came at him. But, I mean, that's not Gimmick's fault for being caught too far forward. It's just a miscommunication from Cloud9 on exchanging roles there.
1:20 left to go. Cloud9 back down again. Gimmick a little far forward on that kickoff. Maybe could have redirected it if he hadn't been so aggressive for the goalie, but I understand the attempt. Now, through the back line once more, GarrettG will adjust. Approaching the final minute. NRG with everything they need to sweep Cloud9. There's another shot. Nearly got the security, but Torment, now Squishy rather, in net, making the save. Gimmick with the transition back into the corner. Cloud9 able to survive, give themselves an opportunity. Here comes the pressure. Torment's too far forward. He's got to fall back. Looks to give the ball to Gimmick, but it's kind of gone to Justin instead. And the second touch from Justin's good. 2-goal lead for NRG.
Justin scores that ball, but that's all because Turbo was so smart on the goal line. He had two guys on Cloud9 coming at him from the same side of the ball. He knows it's going to roll in front, so he just lets it roll by and then takes the second challenge to push it up the pitch. Justin picks it up and, of course, is able to turn in a solo goal.
41 seconds left. Cloud9. It went from close to dire straits very quickly. As Justin puts this one high, Gimmick getting a bit bumped, still makes contact to stop it from crossing his box, but GarrettG's up, looks for Turbo. Can Turbo push it in? He can. That's 3-goal lead now for NRG. 26 seconds left. And an exciting fireworks-laden game here. It's going to end as expected.
Yeah, not surprising to see Garrett go for the pass to Turbo. I mean, you saw him get the takeaway on Justin's shot. That's basically the same thing from the other side of the pitch.
Yeah.
And he nails it. So a cruise to victory here for NRG. And another unfortunate stumble for Cloud9 here.
You gotta wonder if Squishy hadn't held his nose against Turbo that whole time and let that goal in.
I don't know. Considering the last couple goals you saw,
I agree with you.
I think NRG would have taken it.
But still the what-ifs plague my mind.
Yes, indeed.
With 3 seconds left, they look for one more for the road. It's not going to matter. NRG, 2 sweeps here to end the day. NRG improved to 6-0. Currently, 13-0, a streak they have set in a league play.
Yeah.
Went 7-0 last season. They have yet to lose in league play in 2 seasons. 1 away from a second consecutive perfect season.
And that'll put them at a huge game differential as well. So well on track. Who's their last week matchup?
Rogue.
G2, right? Rogue.
So if Rogue can play spoiler, there's something for Rogue to hang their hat on. But that is, man, what a way. And Rogue ends their season against NRG, and then Cloud9 a match like 2 matches later. They get 1 break after playing NRG to go up against Cloud9. Rough way for them to end their season when they have their backs up against the wall. Like
it would be a fun way to go 3-4 though.
It would be. It would be. Hopefully they can make it happen there and make things exciting. But man, NRG in a season that has just been wild, where nothing makes sense and up is down and everything, NRG seems to be the one consistent thing here in North America from previous seasons.
The ironic thing about that is it's a totally different NRG.
It is.
You lose Fireburner, you gain Turbo, and you're still well on your way to going
funny.
2 seasons 7-0.
Of the big 3, the only one that makes a roster change is the one that stays at the top of North America here. That's some pretty insane stuff there. But Turbo also, I think, definitely settling into his role.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling definitely much more comfortable here, finding ways to set up his teams. I still love the Justin to Turbo play on Neo Tokyo there as he was able to beat Torment to get that ball in. But, man, what a day of Rocket League. It's been awesome stuff. Let's go back to the desk so I can wrap things up.
I don't know. I'm feeling like that Squishy Turbo play was my favorite play.
Rule number 1.
Rule number 1. You got it. You got it.
I was struggling to come to grips with how I felt about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if. Like, one, it's funny, right? But Cloud9, they're not having a good season.
They need wins. Yeah, they need wins. So it's a little iffy. Turbo, sure, that makes perfect sense for him. They already clinched top 2, but you need the win, Squishy. I don't know about that one.
I don't know, man. The 3v3 has been working, so why not try the 2v2?
All right.
They probably
fair
thought
enough,
they might have
fair
had a
enough.
chance there.
But Squishy, he's been such a big part of the success.
Can we just talk about Justin, though? Look at
that was the thing of
Look
beauty.
at that flip reset for an overtime winner. He's just been on fire all season. Might be the first ever back-to-back MVP, playing out of his mind.
This is what I call a victory lap. They already have the spot in Madrid.
Yep.
They know they're going, so they're just out here having fun. You know, I think that actually made them a little deadlier.
Well, yeah.
Knowing that they can play and do whatever they want. It doesn't matter.
And not only that, they were clinching top 2. Now they clinched number 1. So they don't even have to worry about next week at all.
They might as well just give their sub an opportunity to show up, you know, and get
For
some
me, it's
experience.
It's a good thing because it's not only a win, but it's also a sweep. Like, they're solidifying that they are the top. We talk about these guys that are at the very top. You need to do it convincingly, and NRG continues to prove they are the best in North America.
Outside of that, though, what did we see from Cloud9? Are we still seeing a Cloud9? Was it hard to tell that, it's having troubles? Does it look like, Gimmick's going to be able to do a lot better going forward? Because they're going to need wins now, right?
I don't think we can
it's hard
draw
to tell,
any conclusions.
right? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting this final week. They play Rogue, obviously, to stay alive, but then it's Cloud9 versus G2. Very likely could be to just make playoffs at that point. Depends on what Birds do. Because if Birds get a surprise win, it could come down to that. It's going to be a very interesting final week where we're thinking Cloud9 versus G2 week 5 is for a top 2 spot. It's not. Now it could be for relegation.
That's nuts. So for Cloud9 then, definitively, do they have to win everything? Are there certain scenarios, or is it still all over the place at this point?
They have some scenarios, like if they just beat Rogue, they can still get in because if Birds lose. So there's still some chances that they don't have to beat G2. But again, you don't want to rely on that, so they want to come into the final week trying to take down G2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what happened to EG when they were relying on results. They ended up finishing bottom 2, ended up getting relegated, and, Corrupted G's still fighting, but everyone else kind of...
Yeah.
One got shipped back to his home country.
Yeah.
The other one plays a different sport now. So, yeah, it's crazy, man.
So for Cloud9, how you feeling, Lawler? I've asked these guys.
I saw some aggression. I did see a little bit more, but overall, it's still not enough. And yeah, as funny as it was to watch them lock, you need wins. And the fact that it's a sweep, those things can come back to bite you when game differential is our first tiebreaker. So, yeah, I'm a little worried.
And then for NRG, looking across the pond, let's try to compare them now, because obviously clinch top 2, going to LAN, they're going to have to start thinking about any of their opponents in all the other regions, be it OC, SAM, or Europe. How do you think NGE is looking now, James? NRG, geez.
NRG, it's okay.
NRG, there's so many letters, are looking against EU right now.
So I just think the world is a giant dumpster fire right now. And I don't really, I'm looking at it. Even in Europe, I don't know what to think. NRG, we were talking in the back. This might be the season that NRG has the World Championship ripe for the play.
Yeah, we were talking about this where it could be NRG, it could be Pittsburgh Knights, Space Station, and Ghost coming out from NA. On the other side for Europe, Vitality might not make it. So if all those fall into place, it feels like NRG, you have to win this Worlds, because if you don't, it's a major disappointment.
Like I was saying,
He's been there though.
Imagine Mouse if they win it. Cookser being a champion again a lot. He's a finalist, maybe getting that World Championship.
Every time we're like, all right, NRG, you're poised for the taking, your home field advantage, everything's great, and then they don't. I honestly believe this could be the chance that we see South America make some names. There's
I said, nothing is certain.
I don't know, and that's the best part. As I honestly have no idea.
I'm with you, Lawler.
Great.
No clue.
Absolutely phenomenal that we get to see parity, I guess is what we can call it.
Okay, so you guys are unsure about NRG. I think they look
look
really
great.
strong.
They
Though.
NRG looks really good, but
they've always been good online. It's on LAN. We're talking about the World Championship in person on LAN.
It's a lot of pressure on Turbo.
Yeah, so it's online. I expected this from NRG, but when we get to Madrid, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah. Speaking of Turbo, I think we got him on the line. We were just waiting for him. He had to get everything set up after celebrating after that very tough win. Turbo, you on the line there, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Let's talk about that first. You guys are feeling good. The Rule 1, mad respect to both of you guys for that. I'm assuming you guys are all having fun going into this match. What was the mentality like?
Well, we knew before this game that we already qualified for LAN. It's the vibe is a bit different, knowing that we already qualified, but we still wanted to get to the win from this game, and we always want to win no matter what, and want to go 7-0 this season.
Well, I'm going to say, coming into a new region, how does it feel? Did you have any expectations? Did you guys know before all of this started? Yeah, easy, a goose egg, 7-0, we're going to take this region. How does it feel coming to a new region and doing so well?
It's a bit of a change of a play style. I'm used to everyone taking it a bit slow and a lot of passes in EU. And here, everyone is just go for the ball, don't think about what you're doing, or just, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. And then EU is such a mess. And obviously, honestly, OCE could easily take the season if it keeps going like this.
Really? So what was the adjustment period for you? Was it, a month, a week? Are you still trying to figure it out at this point? Or do you think you're kind of getting a hold of how you need to play against this entire region?
I think I have it figured out. Isn't that really the big of difference? But you get used to it after a while. We'll be screaming every day. And I don't know. It's not that difficult to adjust to be honest.
NA's easy is TLDR of that. Now,
Yeah,
looking at
obviously.
yeah, so you guys are going to LAN. Congratulations, by the way. But there's still another spot, and it might come down to 3 teams. 2 I want to ask you about: Knights and SSG. Who do you think's going to fill that second guaranteed spot going to LAN for North America?
You know, when the time comes, everything looks great and all that. I have no idea. Honestly, Rocket League is such a mess right now. It is such a hard time to predict.
That's scary.
Whoa! Oh,
Spooky Garrett. He's in season.
I actually didn't hear him. Wow. All right. Where?
Biggest scare of the season.
All right, Turbo. You know what? I'm going to let you go. Take a breather. SSG. All right, there's our answer. Turbo, thank you so much for hanging out. Also, Garrett, thank you for joining in on the stream as well. Take it easy, Turbo. We'll see you later.
Oh man,
I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
I was gonna ask. You were asking us for questions earlier, and the question I forgot to tell you to ask him how he likes living with Garrett. Because
I'm
just
thinking
moved
they're
in
loving
together.
it at this point,
Garrett
right?
is sneaking right in.
Yeah, talking with those guys, they say like every day is like a LAN, and it's super weird because the only time they're used to seeing each other is at live events. So the fact that he's now on the other side of the continent, like they're together all the time, and it's weird, and he's not used to it.
Yeah.
For
but
better or
it's
for
super
worse.
fun.
And that's the only time you'll see Turbo probably afraid on stream is when he's in a winner interview and Garrett sneaks up behind him. That's the only time.
Well, I mean, he didn't see the demos coming either. So to be fair, I'm not surprised Garrett was able to sneak up on him.
Yeah, no. So I don't know. With that, NRG feeling so confident in that, are we feeling like it is still kind of a crazy mess? We've been mirroring that thought process on the desk. Like we don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Is it that crazy right now? Do you guys agree with
Unprecedented.
Turbo? Saying that anybody could really take it, even maybe above them at this point?
Like, absolutely. You have to, just based on the results that we've seen. Plus, we're talking about the big 3 is dead. Well, now, for a top 2 spot, G2 and Cloud9 both cannot even get a top 2 spot at this point going into regionals. It has to be Pittsburgh Knights, Space Station, or Ghost. So it's just showing that new era and just a big upset.
Even in OCE, Ground Zero's at the top with names. Like Jules is a player that you recognize, but everywhere. The amount of upsets and the amount of shakeups this season has been unprecedented.
I just think it goes to show, and you have to give credit to where it's due, the old Dignitas roster, what they did was, you can't express how difficult it is to stay consistent in this game. So the fact that they do something like that, and now we're seeing what we are, 8 different teams and different LAN winners and this and that, it's exciting because you can root for literally anybody. There's a chance, but at the same time, it's also really scary.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look back at the schedule today, what we saw, what transpired. It's been crazy, as Turbo said. He doesn't know what's going on, and I feel like we're still kind of in that same boat. A little more expected, I guess, today, although we did see SSG, again, pop off against Ghost. That was a surprising one for me.
That was huge for Space Station. They came into the week 1 and 2. I think a lot of people were kind of writing them off, and they go 2-0, and now they're in the driver's seat for a top 2 spot. They're looking fantastic. Pittsburgh Knights, major scare versus Birds. I thought that series by Reynolds was fantastic.
Even the Pittsburgh Knights and NRG, the match of the day.
Yeah.
That Game 5, coming down to that. There were so many good matches today, and honestly, all weekend, so many Game 5s. And it's what makes Rocket League fun to watch.
So real quick right here, we'll show the standings, and we all know that NRG is number 1, but at this point, it's a 3-man race for a top 2 spot for the automatic qualification with Pittsburgh Knights, Space Station, and Ghost, which means G2, one of those teams, they can't even get top 2. And then for teams that have clinched at least a playoff berth, that's, of course, NRG, Pittsburgh Knights, and Ghost Gaming. There is still an outside chance Space Station, they finish down in the bottom 2. So not a lot of teams safe right now.
Yeah, Leaf, you mentioned, do we agree with Turbo? Is the chaos? You look at those standings and tell me what you think. If someone showed me that, it's like, that's what you're going to get for this season.
Well, as him, as he said, I stopped thinking too.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he also got spooked by Garrett, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's nuts. So, at the beginning of the season, though, I don't think anybody would have had this on the plate, saying, this is what the rosters are going to be. Cloud9 down in that 7th place spot, G2, I think, in 5th there. I don't think anybody probably had that, James. Did you have any idea this would be the wackiest season we've ever seen in Rocket League?
Look at my prediction record, and it will it will corroborate. No, I did not.
Yeah, it's
no idea.
It's been wild, man. Like Pittsburgh Knights, I think some people thought, all right, maybe carry that momentum, but Space Station and Ghost really stepping it up. It's great to see.
Anyways, we have one final order of business, and that's to look at our player of the day presented by Intel. And it has to be Justin. The team is now 6-0. They're looking so good. And Justin, whenever he's given the space, he pops off.
That game 4 versus Pittsburgh Knights where they were down 2-1 and he just has a huge performance. Whenever he has the ball by the wall by himself, he can do anything. Right there, that beautiful shot.
Well, he took
give
that
them
one
that
from
huge
Turbo.
lead.
So
Sure, that's fair, but Turbo can't do what Justin can do. So Justin, and then of course the flip reset to go to overtime with Cloud9 or to win overtime. He's just been making plays all season long.
Even that shot, that made me, my eyes pop out of my head a little bit. That really close off the wall pass to himself shot. Justin, he tweeted he was in a slump today, but you can't believe it.
Did he do it again?
He did it again. He
I
does
think
it
he
every
tweets that
time.
every-
If that's
It's like,
his-
I'm in a
if
slump.
that's his
Player of the
slump,
day, I'm in a
like,
slump.
watch out.
Yeah.
It could be just a tradition at this point. Hey, every time I say I'm in a slump, I'm going to play well.
Yeah, it's all mind games.
Anyways, we're coming to the end of the day, so I just want to get some final thoughts from all you guys. James, start us off. We've seen week 4 of North America now. What's going on in that head?
Honestly, nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that I have is NRG. At least I know they're going to land. That's the one thing that I can cling to as a North American fan. Everything else, I have zero idea. And now I'm in the experience phase. I can't think ahead. I can't try to predict. It's useless. It's pointless. I just want to experience the rest of this season.
Good way to put it.
Thank you.
For me, playoff scenarios are going to be fun tonight. I'll be doing
yeah,
those.
good luck.
No one is eliminated yet, so anyone still has a chance for that World Championship bid. And again, we only know about NRG and then 3 teams fighting for a top 2 spot. But besides that, man, it's wide open, and anything can happen in week 5.
Yeah, echoing James, Garrett is now an 8-time LAN attendee. Only one to ever do it. So congrats to him. And if you guys don't get enough Rocket League, there's always more. Oceania. I can't talk to you either with your acronyms and whatever else is going on.
Too many letters. Too many letters. Our
Our
brains are mush. So why don't we just take a look at the schedule presented by Axe to see what's going on next week in week number 5 for North America. Everything comes down to the line. Guys, can you believe it? We're almost there. We're almost in the final week before we hit playoffs. I'm looking out to that Space Station Gaming Pittsburgh Knights game. As I mentioned, that could be one of our teams in that second clinch spot going to LAN. Now, we do have more Rocket League tomorrow at 8:30. Our pre-show starts, but at 9 o'clock we have our kickoff. I'm expecting Europe to do everything North America's been doing. They matched last week in week number 3 with the craziness, and I think week 4 is going to be the same. So tune in for that. Also, get online overnight before Europe starts. Get your tickets to LAN Palacio Vista Alegre in Madrid, Spain, December 13th to 15th. That's tickets.rlesports.gg. For now, we need to get our mind sorted, so I'm signing off, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Atomic, he already jumped. It's popped up. Follow from XP. Oh Memory's gonna do it. They're gonna tie it up in 0 seconds.
Okay, what is going on?
Cloud9. Typical is insane. Up quick. The perfect double tap. They needed somebody to step up. And Illusion does it. Unbelievable.
Whoa!
Illusion used everything in the tank just to get the pass to Atomic. Memory has a shot here, and they're just slapping G2. It's not even a contest right now. 3 goals to nothing. Pitches it high. Off the backboard. Gyro comes for free. Pittsburgh skate.
A bit of boost to work with here. Finds a flip reset.
pass.
The pass to Turbo. Shots in goal. What a play. NRG takes game 1.
Memory beating 2 G2 attackers. Now Chain has the last man back. Memory coming down. And what a goal from Memory.
Memory, he took it all the way from his corner. He got the challenge, beat out in the 1v1.